Battle of Mississippi, the Egg Bowl, a game that has a tendency to rip families apart during a time of year when most families come together to express Thanksgiving. But some are thankful for the sound of cowbells or screams of hotty toddy, which will make their presence known in this one. A late season. Week 13 here in our EA Sports college football coverage. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Rebels offense will have the ball first. Rebels took home the golden egg in a close one the last time they met.
They don't care if it was close or a blowout. They got the W, and they've been able to talk about it all off-season long, and you can just feel the energy and electricity this year.
Boy, and you know it matters. You're talking about all these kids in-state talking to them. Where do you want to go? Which side do you want to be on? Ole Miss winning last year matters when it comes to recruiting.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. And you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Here's a little room there. He's at the 10, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Bulldogs offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc.
Yeah, Palmer, I don't feel bad for this quarterback, but I kind of feel bad for this quarterback because he's going to get some monsters today. And he's had his own struggles, but these guys, man, they all can get after the quarterback. They can get tackles for losses, get you in passing situations.
There he goes. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Mississippi State right back to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
To the ground, he's got it again. Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 33. So many rich layers in this one. Dak coming off the bench, fumbles in the end zone to lose it, legs being hiked, coaches being fired. This has it all, guys.
And such proud people in the state of Mississippi that love their football. And it feels like, Palmer, these games always come down to something at the end of the game that's so fun and controversial.
What I love about this rivalry, too, is that historically there hasn't been a lot of conference championship implications or national title implications, but they play this game at the very end of the year, and it just matters so much in the state. Bragging rights for an entire season on the line.
Firing deep. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Makes a catch. At the 45 on his way. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them. They're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Looking downfield, it's Marks. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Handoff for Frazier. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. Takes the ball inside the 30-yard line. It'll be enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 29. And the Rebels look to keep this drive humming. The give to the back. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Following Ole Miss' 1926 victory in Starkville, a melee between the fans ensued. Imagine that in this rivalry. So the two sides got together and said, what we need is a trophy to calm the passions of each side, and they settled on the Golden Egg. Thus, the Egg Bowl was born.
Yeah, what calms everybody down more than a golden egg? I mean, just the perfect recipe. We have all been in the booth calling these games. Jesse, we know the adrenaline, the emotion that goes into this football game.
Yeah, they do not like each other. There's no question. And the funny thing is, that's actually a golden football. Back in the 1920s, I guess the football looked a little bit more like an egg. It was a bit fatter, looked more like a rugby ball. So everybody calls it the golden egg now. It's a beautiful trophy. Sometimes Mississippi State's helmets resemble the trophy. This is a game we love watching.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Fires to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. It's complete to the left. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Right on the money. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Give to the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Byers on the move. Finds a man in the middle. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
I like the adjustments from this offense from 1st possession to 2nd. Like, 1st possession, you could tell maybe a little bit nervous, maybe just not starting the way they wanted to, didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together, a good response from punting last drive.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He's got it on the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike. Quarterback may change this route. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the 1st. Caught over the middle. It's Cunningham. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Rebels right after the huge play through the air back to the line. They'll give it to the back. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
And that's the 2nd time today, man. Like, you see, it looks like he's going in fast forward. He's got some jets, man. This guy can really, really move. This offense does such a nice job of finding creative ways to get him the football. And we've already seen it today. A couple of explosive plays, and they're going to continue to feature this young man.
Tradition a huge part in college football, and this rivalry has its place among the very best. After that tight 1st quarter, this 2nd period ought to be a lot of fun. When the Rebels come to the line, this situation, you might see a shot play. Might be calling a hot route. Right back to the well. Maybe a crease. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Rebels trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to run, it's Frazier. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Trying to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And he puts through the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
He's out past the 35. Snags it, and he's open. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Pulls it in. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident.
Got it. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. From the gun. Give on the inside. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game, because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game. anything could happen.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Just
picked off. What a play to set him up. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. This offense has it with really good field position. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got an open man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. Took care of business.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just...
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Motion from the back. He'll try the left side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, he'll get a win because he'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. He splits the uprights, and they'll push that lead down a little further.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find your...
Maybe some room here. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Catch in the middle, it's Reynolds. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Making side adjustments here. They try to pop a run on the draw.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. from the red zone, looking for a receiver. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Back to throw, it's Marks. There were serious revolutions on that down pass, but it's incomplete. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. But wait a second, there's a flag on the field. Let's check that one out. You know, they make fun of kickers for not worrying about contact, but that's about as rough as it gets. And the Rebels will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Here's the handoff. Touchdown, Rebels. And they take it in for 6 more points. Give him 3 touchdowns in this game and now up to 8 on the season. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The run from the shotgun. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Cradles it at the 35. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Marks. Going to try to get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. And the Rebels have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. He breaks a tackle. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the 1st down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
He might want another play. To the air on 1st down. Got a man. It's Reynolds. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got his man. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. And a chance to really carry momentum with them into the locker room if. And he's in. Touchdown, Rebels.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point is good, and they have a 28-24 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. And they'll knock him down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Defense in press coverage. They'll move the tight end. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. A little release to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up those roughing the passer penalties. It's 1st and 10. Makes it past the marker. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Here's a heat. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
He lofts one down the sideline. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. To the air, it's Marks. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He'll try to do it himself. Turning it on. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. With the catch, it's Cunningham. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the 1st half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
So much to break down from a spirited start to this Egg Bowl between Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
And the Rebels will kick it away to start the 2nd half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Ollie, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
Checking in with Coach Aranda at the half, he said this is exactly the type of game he was expecting. 2 solid defenses have made it very difficult to find points in the end zone today. The defenses have been terrific so far, really limiting what the other is able to do. Points are at a premium down here. Guys, you've got to believe that whoever makes the next mistake and has a turnover, that might be a significant change in this game. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Could not make his way to the corner.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Pulls it in. It's Black. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Bulldogs back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. DB's right up on the receivers. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. Finding some room. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. A run for the quarterback. Touchdown Bulldogs! With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Rebels offense is back on the field. So as soon as they step on the field here in the 3rd quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. They go to the draw. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Frazier again. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Running back searching for a hole. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Working that wide receiver screen. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They lost 3 on that last completion and made this 3rd down call a little bit tougher. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. Now the play fake. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin them deep. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get concerned.
Snags it, and there's running room. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now 1st down from the 37. He wants to change this route. Here's a give to Frazier. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Scanning the field, it's Marks. Spits it out to the back. Got the quick pass. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
The Rebels headed quickly to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They'll go right back to the run. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
And the Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Got his man out of the backfield. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on second and long. Great awareness on the scramble. On first down from the 13-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it on the run. That throw and catch gets him down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Leaves it with the running back. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels. He scores for the 5th time in this game. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Brought down at the 20. It's a first down as this offense tries to get something going from deep in its own territory. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The inside handoff. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. He's got him wide open. Finds some room. The 20. Past the 10. And he scores! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And it's just such a great way to answer. Your defense just gives up a touchdown, no problem. Offense come out, see what the defense is in. The passing game makes the big play down the field and the immediate answer to get the momentum back in this football game.
And the extra point is good. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
To throw, it's Marks. Catch in the middle, it's Alexander. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Looking downfield on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's going to throw deep right side. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Rebels! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Complete to start this drive. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. Neither of these teams cracking the top 25 as we are in the final week of the season. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So the final period starts with a second down play. Fires it incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Handoff for Frazier. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Could be an alley. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
A 1st down run in the red zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Rebels. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. If the intended target was not open, that's why that one fell incomplete.
Motion from the wide receiver. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5. Here comes the option. Now the toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. Officials are stopping the clock as there is still a Mississippi State player down on the field. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it loose. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline. There is so much enthusiasm on the sideline right now. This running back has been brilliant today. Over 200 yards rushing, and he continues to run strong. The coaches told us he gets stronger as the game goes on. We'll see how much longer they keep him out there. With a big lead, he has been brilliant so far today. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to him on the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll step out of bounds at his own 13-yard line, and that will not go down on the teach tape for kick returns. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lets it fly. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Finds his back in the middle. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The play action fake. Fires to the right. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Looking to throw on first down. Unleashes one. It's a fumble on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first down after recovering the fumble.
Yeah, and you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. They'll ride the hot hand. At the 20, he's got space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The handoff, keep working on that clock. There's a crease. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And the Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback making adjustments. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Rebels. And the pummeling has started. His 8th touchdown of the game. The Hottie-Toddies are full-throated right now as Ole Miss builds the lead.
They got the momentum going. The offense is clicking. You see that a lot of times with Ole Miss. Big rivalry game against Mississippi State. Can they respond, Palmer?
And Ole Miss, you know, is one of those teams you just blink and all of a sudden they're blowing you out. That's been the case here today. The Bulldogs got to find a way to slow them down. Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down, so you have to be able to run it.
To the air. It's Marks. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Might be changing the route. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Rebels decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Now on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. They go to the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.